So welcome back to our COM 101, Media and Information Literacy. Good day, my senior high school. So today, we will be discussing about the codes, convention, and messages practiced through production. So the 21st century citizens learn in two ways: by doing things first, then gathering the lesson learned after, or by learning the theoretical guidelines first before embarking on applying this knowledge in a practical level. This means that you can learn simply by doing one task over the other. This is how media and information literacy learning works. One has to know what goes on behind the scene in order to understand what happens to the content and the messages we receive from these various media productions. We will discover how to thoroughly encode and decode meanings from both sides of media fence. Media information literacy learning will not be complete without having experienced what it's like to be a full-fledged media producer. Each medium has its own language or grammar that works to convey meaning in a unique way. Language, in this sense, means the technical and symbolic ingredients or codes and conventions that media and information professionals may select and use in an effort to communicate ideas, information, and knowledge. Okay? Technical codes include sound, camera angles, types of shot, and lighting. Lighting, I should say. They may include, for example, ominous music to communicate danger in a feature film, or high-angle camera shot to create a feeling of power in a photograph. Symbolic codes include the language, dress, or actions of characters, or iconic symbols that are easily understood. For example, a red rose may be used for symbolic to convey romance, or a clenched fist may be used to communicate anger. Media language or languages can also include the repeated use of particular words, phrases, and images, also known as the verbal or visual language. Looking at the media languages means looking at the various ways in which a media product was constructed. That involves embedding the layer of the meaning which the media message it was trying to create. We have to keep their differences and similarities in mind when undergoing our critical process of media deconstruction. So let us discover and learn how could we become smarter media consumers and media producers. So are you ready to be a full-fledged media producer? Let's start. So we will be discussing these codes, convention, and messages practiced through production. But before that, let's define first what is code. Okay? A code is a method to transmit ideas in language. When you write, you encode ideas into English language. When a reader who understands reads it, they understand your ideas, and that is where decoding comes. And when we say encoding means to convert something such as a body of information from one system of communication into one another, or to convert into code, or to convert a message into a code. Okay? A code must consist of, number one, it must consist of set of signs which create meanings. Number two, it must consist of set of agreed rules for combining those signs together. Okay? And when we say decoding is to convert something such as a coded message or is to convert into intelligence form. Okay? This is also recognize and interpret or to discover the underlying meaning of something or an electronic signal. Okay? So language. Language, it pertains to a technical and symbolic ingredients or codes and conventions that media and information professionals may select and use in an effort to communicate ideas, information, and knowledge. Media language. When we say media language, these are codes, conventions, formats, symbols, and narrative structures that indicate the meaning of media messages to an audience, to us. Okay? Symbol. When we say symbol, it is an object that has additional meaning to its physical form. For example, the cross. It is just two pieces of wood nailed together, but it is a symbol for Christianity. Okay? We have also the signifier and the signified. Okay? When we say signifier, it is a sign that stands for an idea or a person or thing. When we say signified, it is the actual idea, person, or thing. Okay? Can you see the difference of the two? The signifier stands for an idea or a person or thing. And when we say signified, it is the actual idea, person, or thing. Okay? So, an example of signifier is a red light. The light itself has no meaning whatsoever. It is so just a light. However, it signifies the idea that we must stop and wait. Okay? The light is a sign. A sign is something that stands for or to represent something else. Okay? And then when we say signs, there are three kinds of signs. We have the icon sign, index sign, and the symbol sign. Okay? In our study, we are more concerned with icon and symbol. So we will discuss what is icon and symbol. Okay? Let's start with icon. When we say icon, my dear senior high school, an icon is a sign which looks physical, similar to the idea signifying. Okay, again, an icon is a sign which looks physical. Okay, physical, similar to the idea signifying. Okay, for example, this one. Okay, this is an icon which looks physical, similar to the idea signifying. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, this is no smoking. And then, may nilagay silang icon ng cigarette. And ibig sabihin, yung X na red na ganyan, no smoking. Okay? Number 2, we have this what we call symbol. And then, when we say symbol, it is somewhat arbitrary sign that communicates ideas through learned conventions or associations. A red light or stop sign is a symbol for the idea to stop. Okay? So here are the examples of symbols. Okay? So we have this one, the Facebook, the Instagram, the envelope. Okay? That symbol symbolizes messages. This one, the symbol of thumbs up, means like. Okay? So, here are more examples of the icon and the symbol. So, when we say icon, this one, okay, physical resemble between signifier and signified. So, when we say icon, eto yung ginamit. Okay? Looks physical, similar to the idea. So, ibig sabihin, itong physical icon na ito it signifies a physical icon to a girl and to a boy. And then when we say symbol, that one, okay? Arbitrary relation between signifier and signified. Sign gains meaning through social convention. So, doon naman sa symbol, meron lang tayong ginamit na yun nga, symbol. Okay? Symbol for men and women, or boy and girl. Okay? And then when we say convention, okay, in the media context, it refers to a standard or norm that acts as a rule governing behavior. Okay? That is what we call convention. Now let's go to messages. Okay? Messages is the information sent from a source to a receiver. Again, messages is the information sent by a source to a receiver. Okay? And then when we say producer, these are people engaged in the process of creating and putting together media content to make a finished media product. Okay? Producers. Okay? Sila yung nagbibigay to put together yung media context para makakreate tayo ng media product. Okay? And then, we have also the other stakeholders. Okay? When we say other stakeholders, it talks about the libraries, archives, museums, internet, and other relevant information providers. Okay? And then we have also consumers. Okay? When we say consumers, these are the consumers of media or the audience. Okay? Tayo ito. We are the consumers. But at the same time, we can also be a producer. Okay? And then, that one, the producer, media are the providers. They are both stakeholders, the consumer and the producer. Okay? Let's discuss now the media codes. Okay? We have media codes. Okay? When we say media codes, okay, technical, written, and symbolic tools used to construct or suggest meaning in media forms and products. Okay? Media codes include the use of the camera, the DSLR, editing, setting, mise-en-scene, editing, lighting, sound, special effects, typography, color, and visual composition. Okay? So media codes are the physical elements that the audience experiences, which brings the narrative convention to the media form. Okay? Media texts are the most important point of access. All the term text is to understood as applying to all different types of media. Okay? So later on, I will be discussing about the mise-en-scene. Okay? Mise-en-scene. Okay? So, there are three types of media codes. Okay? So, number one, we have the written or the visual code. Number two, we have the technical code. And then number three type of the media code, we have the symbolic codes. Okay? So, isa-isahin natin i-discuss yung types ng media codes. Okay? So, let's start with written or visual code. Okay? So, written codes or the visual codes are the formal written language used in media product. Okay? Just like technical and symbolic code, written codes can be used to advance a narrative, communicate information about a character, or issues and themes in the media product. Okay? So, written codes include printed languages or language, which is the text within the frame and how it is presented. And also, spoken language, which includes dialogue and song lyrics from the word written. Okay? Example of this are the captions, the headlines, the speech bubbles, and style of language. Okay? Let's define what is headline. Okay? So when we say headline, this catches or catch the audience's attention. It might also promote the brand name, okay, in the headline. Okay? We have also the caption and body copy. Okay? When we say caption and body copy, captions or the body copy can provide additional information to the audience. Okay? Details about the product are given here. Are given here. The language used may be persuasive or have particular connotations. Okay? The caption. Okay? This is the additional information to the audience, to us. Okay? We have also the persuasive or the emotive language. Okay? This helps us to remember a product. Okay? It might also encourage the audience to take an action, to do something like visit a website, call a number, try a product, or emotive language will play on people's feelings and trigger an emotional reaction. Okay? There are category of typeface. Okay? So, the category of typeface, number one, we have the serif fonts. Do you know what is the serif fonts? Okay? Serif fonts have little wedges at the ends of the terminal on each letter. This is a result of the way letters were carved from stone in Roman times. It connotes formality. Okay, the serif fonts connotes formality and readability in large amount of text. This is usually used for the body of textbooks, newspapers, magazines, and research publication. This type is classic or gives an elegant look when used for title or heading. Okay? So we have examples here of serif fonts. We have the Times New Roman na usually natin nagagamit, yung Times New Roman. We have also the Garamount. We have also the Barker's Bill and many more. Okay? We have also the sans serif. Sans serif means without serif. The terminal finish without decoration. The sans serif typefaces are also known as Gothic, as the lack of decoration was considered ugly during the 19th century. Okay? It brings a clean or minimalist look to the text. It is used for clear and direct meaning of the text, such as the road signages, building directory, or nutritional facts in food packages. This type gives a modern look and it is used primarily in web page design. So, nagagamit yung sans serif in usually sa web designs. So, we have also examples here of sans serif. We have the Arial, the Helvetica, the Tahoma, the Verdana, and the Calibri. Okay? We have also the Slav serif. This type carries a solid or a heavy look to the text and can be used for large advertising sign on billboards. Okay, we have example here, the Rockwell and the Playbill. Okay? We have also the script. Okay, the script font. It draws much attention to itself because of its brush-like strokes. It must be used sparingly and not to be used in large body of text. This type is usually used in wedding invitation card or other formal events. So we have example here, the Edwardian, the Vladimir, and the Katzler. Okay? So ginagamit to usually sa mga formal events and usually sa mga wedding invitations, sa mga debut, and so on and so forth. Okay? We have also the decorative. Okay? Decorative. Decorative is a type caters to a wide variety of emotions such as celebrations, fear, horror, or themes like cowboys, circus, holidays, summer, kiddies, and many more. So here are the examples, the Joker Man, we have also the Chiller, and we have also the Kurtz MT. Okay? So, the typesetting practices, after the designer selects a typeface or yung mga font best suited to communicate the intended message, there is a need to be given to how the font will be typeset. This involves making choices such as we have the type weight, the type width, the size, the color, the case, the alignment, the tracking, and the leading. Okay? After the designer selects a typeface best suited to communicate the intended message, there is a need to be given on how the font will be typeset. Okay? So, i-consider niya dyan yung type weight niya, where the type form resides in a type family. So, titignan niya kung ibobold ba niya ito, irregular niya, italic niya, or i-light yung mga text na yon. So, yun yung tinatawag nating type weight. Okay? We have also the type width. Can be condensed or regular or extended. So, kung gaano siya kalapad pag ilalagay doon sa mga billboard or any form of media context. So, i-consider niya din, yung designer consider niya din yung size ng text. The color, the case, upper or lower ba siya. We have also the alignment, okay? We have also the tracking or the space between letters and the leading, the space between lines. Okay? So, i-consider niya lahat ito. After na malaman niya kung anong type face ang best suited doon sa gagamitin niya to communicate message. Okay? So, number two type of the media code is the technical code. Okay? So, when we say technical code, my dear senior high school, this is the use of equipment to convey a story and employ techniques such as camera work, editing, framing, audio, and lighting. That's why naglagay ako ng camera dito because in the technical code, they use different equipment to convey a story and employ techniques. Okay? Okay. So, we have basic camera shots. Okay? So, here are the basic camera shots, okay, under the technical code. So, number one, we have the extreme wide shot or under the basic camera shot, okay? So, i-discuss muna natin si basic camera shot. So, number one, we have the extreme wide shot, okay? So, it's extreme wide shot. The view is so far from the subject that he or she is not even visible. The point of this shot is to show the subject surrounding. Okay? Kaya pag mapapansin nyo yung picture dito na nilagay ko, yung babae nakatayo lang siya dyan, and then wide or extreme wide shot yung nakuha. Okay? So parang hindi nyo na din nakikita, it's not visible yung babae dyan. Okay? The point of this one is to show the subject surrounding. Okay? This is often used as an establishing shot, the first shot of a new scene, designed to show the audience where the action is taking place. Okay? So that is the extreme wide shot. Now let's go to number two. We have this wide shot. Okay? In photography, filmmaking, and video production, a long shot sometimes referred to as full shot or to remove ambiguity or the wide shots. Typically shows the entire object or human figure and is usually intended to place in it some relation to its surroundings. So this is the wide shot. Okay? So parang mas malapit lang doon sa extreme wide shot kanina. Okay? Okay. Number 3, we have the medium shot. Okay? Nasa basic camera shot pa din tayo. In the film, a medium shot or the mid shot or the MD or waist shot is a camera angle shot from a medium distance. Okay? So yung medium shot, tinatawag din itong waist shot or the mid shot. Ibig sabihin yung kinukuha lang dito sa waist area natin. Okay? A camera shot in which the subject is in the middle distance, permitting some of the background to be seen. Okay? Parang yung example dito. Okay? This is the medium shot. Okay? Now, we have this medium close-up. Okay? Medium close-up is a halfway between a mid-shot and a close-up. It shows the face more clearly without getting uncomfortably close. Frames a subject's head and cuts off around its mid-chest. Okay, pag nakikita nyo dito, this is Harry Potter. The focus is on the subject. Reveals only a little of the surrounding. So pag makikita nyo, may konti lang siyang surrounding at yung frame niya na subject's head, frames subject's head and cuts off around its mid-chest. Okay? Nakikita nyo dito. So na-cut yung shot dito sa mid-chest niya. Okay? Okay. And then, we have this close-up. Okay? A close-up is a certain feature, part of the subject take up most of the frame. Okay? From the word close. Okay? Malapit siya. Okay? Are obviously useful for showing detail. Can also be used as a cut-in. It is also considered a building block of film. Becomes a staple of cinema, featured in every motion picture. So this is the close-up. Diba? Napakalapit. Okay? And then we have also the extreme close-up. Pag meron tayong close-up, meron din tayong extreme close-up. So, kahit hindi natin i-discuss, yung close-up, medyo malapit, and then yung extreme ay mas malapit. Okay? So, too close to show general reaction, emotions, or show extreme details except in very dramatic scenes. Any shot that zoom in very close to a particular part of a subject. So, yung particular subject dito is yung eyes niya. Okay? So, pinapakita yung emotion niya dyan. Okay? I think this is Avatar. Okay? So, that is, those are under the basic camera shot. Now, let's go to advanced camera shot. Okay? So, in the advanced camera shot, this one. Okay? So, in advanced camera shot, a camera shot is a close-up of two persons. Any camera shot that is framed or for two people, usually medium from the waist up, are often used over the shoulder reverse. So that is the example. Okay, I think The Fault in Our Star yung movie na yon, if I'm not mistaken. So this is what we call two-shot under the advanced camera shot. Okay, from the word two-shot, so frame for two people. Okay, frame for two people. Okay, now let's have the cutaway. Okay, the cutaway shot of something is a cutaway. This is a shot of something other than the subject. Okay, and away from the main scene. It is usually followed by a cut back to the first shot, and usually for avoiding a jump cut when editing down a section or dialogue, or editing together two separate scenes. Okay? So parang kinakat siya. Okay? Okay. We have also the over the shoulder. Okay? From the word itself, over the shoulder. So kinukuha ito over the shoulder. This shot is framed from behind. A person who is looking at the subject should usually occupy about 1/3 of the frame. This cut helps to establish the position of each person. Okay, and get the feel of looking at one person from others' point of view. It is common to cut between the shots during a conversation, alternating the view between the different speakers. Okay? Now, let's move on to point of view. Okay? So, nasa advanced camera shot pa rin tayo. When we say point of view, it is a sequence that is shot as if the viewer were looking through the eyes of a specific character. Kaya pag mapapansin nyo, yung camera shot dyan, di ba parang pag nakikita mo yung picture na yun, yung photograph na yan, parang ikaw yung kumukuha. Okay? Parang ikaw yung nasa upuan doon. So parang ikaw ang tumitingin doon sa tubig. Okay? The shot is common trick of the horror film that is placed in a position of the killer who is slowly sneaking up on a victim. So, ganun dun sa mga horror, di ba? Yung parang ikaw yung naglalakad doon and then suddenly, parang ikaw yung makakasalubong ng yung mga characters sa horror films. Okay? So, usually ginagamit yung point of view in the horror films. Okay? Now, let's go to selective focus. Okay? In a close-up or macro photography, selective focus is used to draw a viewer's attention to one specific area of an image. It accomplishes by using a shallow depth of field. It's ideal for pointing one specific element in scene while blurring everything else to minimize distraction. Okay? Para maka-focus muna tayo doon sa isa-select mong subject. Okay? Gaya ng nasa picture dyan. So, ang focus niya is the flower, the yellow flower. And then yung nasa likod niya, medyo blurry na siya. Okay? So, that is a selective focus. We have also arc shot. Arc shot is where the camera circles its subject. In arc shot, the subject is typically still and the camera provides the motion. So, yung camera yung nagmo-move into circle. So, parang yan, may tinitignan siya. So, yung camera palikod siya para parang ikaw yung tumitingin doon sa field. Okay? So, the camera provides the motion and tracking around the subject in it and at least a semicircle of movement. So, yung semicircle yung pag-move ng camera. Kaya tinawag siyang arc shot. Okay? We have also the camera angles. Okay? So, here are the camera angles. Okay? So, under camera angles, we have the high angles. Okay? So, the high angles, the camera looks down on the subject. Okay? Nasa taas yung camera, tapos nasa baba yung subject. The shot makes the subject look small, and therefore, it is seen as vulnerable or insignificant. Okay? Yung parang nasa taas yung camera, tapos tinitignan ka ng subject na gano'n. Okay? From the word high, nasa taas, high angle. Okay? Now, we have also the eye level. Okay? From the word itself, nasa eye level natin yung shot. The camera takes a normal eye view of the subject. This suggests that we are on the same level. Okay? Pag yung eye level lang ginagamit natin, it suggests that we are on the same level. Okay? Parang nagtitingin lang tayo in the same level. Okay? We have also the low angle. The camera looks up to the subject. This shot makes the subject look larger and therefore more powerful or impressive. Okay, low angle yung pagkakuha naman niya. So pababa and then nasa taas yung subject. So parang yung mga subject niya tumitingin siya sa baba. Okay? We have also the bird's eye view. Okay, when we say bird's eye view, it is a view looking down at an object or area from a high elevation. Diba, alam naman natin yung bird na nasa taas siya. So, parang yung bird, siya yung tumitingin doon sa subject. Okay? As if from the perspective of a bird's in flight. So, parang yung bird nakataas, so nakikita niya lahat. So, yung nasa picture dito, nakikita natin yung beach and the same thing yung mga buildings. Okay? This is what we call bird's eye view. So, I think nasasali sa bird's eye view yung drone. Okay? Yung drone, paggamit ng drone. Okay? Pag may bird's eye view, meron din tayong worm's eye view. Okay? A view seen from below or from a more lowly or humble point. Ibig sabihin ng humble point sa baba. Okay? Pataas naman siya. Kung may bird's eye view na sa taas, pababa yung subject niya, and then yung worm's eye view naman, nasa baba yung camera and then pataas yung subject niya. Okay? So parang ganito. Okay? So we have also this slanted view or decanted. Okay? A camera angle which is deliberately slanted to one side. Sometimes used for dramatic effect to help portray an ease. This orientation, frantic or disparate action, intoxication or madness. So usually ginagamit ito sa mga emotion na ito, sa mga dramatic effect na ito. Okay? Okay. We have also the camera work. Okay? Camera works refers to how the camera is operated, position and move for specific effects. So in positioning, the position refers to the height at which the camera is held relative to the ground. We have here the high position, the eye level position, and the low position. Okay, we have also the movement. The rotation of the camera while it is attached to the fixed stand. The basic camera moves were moved up, down, left, or right. Okay, they could tilt or pan if you had the proper mount, and zoom in if you had a zoom lens. Okay? We have to consider here in the movement, we have to the zooming, the panning, the tilting, yung pag-ikot, the dolly, the tracking, the pedestral, and the rock focus. Okay? We have this one, the framing. Okay? Framing, it is a technique of drawing attention to the subject of your image by blocking other parts of the image with something in the scene. Okay? We have also the camera exposure. A photograph's exposure determines how light or dark an image will appear when it's been captured by the camera. This determined by the three camera setting: aperture, the IOS, and the shutter. Okay? We have also to consider the lens choice, how we edit things, the audio, and the lighting. Okay? And then, we have the symbolic codes, the number 3 type of media codes. So, symbolic codes are social in nature. What this means is that these codes live outside the media product themselves, but would be understood in similar ways in the real life of the audience. For instance, if you saw somebody receive a red rose in a film, you would assume that there is a romantic relationship between the two characters. But if you gave somebody a red rose in real life, you might be hoping the same. Sana all. Okay? So, ganun dun sa symbolic code. So, yung parang napapanood mo, na di pa nagbibigay ng flower sa two characters in the film, may romantic na effect. And then, ikaw naman, in the real life, pag ginagawa mo yun, so, you will feel the same. Okay? You will feel the same in the movie. Okay? Okay. So, symbolic codes in media include settings, mise-en-scene, acting, and color. What do we mean by mise-en-scene, sir? So, mise-en-scene is the arrangement of scenery and stage properties in a play. It translated from French, it means setting the stage. But in the film analysis, the term mise-en-scene refers to everything in front of the camera, okay, including the set design, lighting, and the actors. Okay, that is what we call the mise-en-scene. Okay. It refers to everything in front of the camera. Okay? So, why do we need to do this? Why do we need to study this one? The codes, convention, and messages. So, we're studying this one to understand how media messages are created. We have to understand, my senior high school, the hard work that media practitioners put into crafting their products. Okay? We already know that hard work makes people successful, but diligent work is what makes people credible and reliable in today's media-saturated world. Okay? So that is for our week 3, week 1 for quarter 4. Okay? So if you have any questions, feel free to email me on my email. So I know you know this already. aljun_pillian@spcis.edu.ph. Okay? So we have 2 more sessions to discuss before we end the COMB 101 Media and Information Literacy. Thank you and have a blessed day, my senior warriors.